Hey everyone, I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Amanda.
And you're listening to the Happily Ever After podcast. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy. Is that familiar for you?
It is for me.
Good little Haunted Mansion reference there. OG Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
I felt like it was most appropriate today. You know why?
Why?
Because we have a special show today. And if you can tell, it is our 1 year podcast anniversary. Woo woo.
And we're both sick.
Yes. So what a great time to be talking with raspy voices.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also 10:27 at night. And
on the dot.
On the dot. Yeah, exactly. And we're 2 days out from when this comes out, but we're super excited. Today's episode, we have asked some of our very close friends and some that have joined us on some of our episodes before to give their best Disney advice. Plus, we're also at the end of the episode, we're going to be taking some listener questions and answering them. And I'm looking forward to that. We got a lot of fun coming up on this show. So speaking of some great advice, we have a new 5-star review.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, we actually have several. We actually have like 3, maybe 4 more, but we'll try to answer those over the next couple of episodes instead of piling them all.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Save some meat for each one.
I like it.
Hey, this is your opportunity. You can go ahead and get your 5-star reviews in for us, and we're going to read them out loud.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So our first 5-star review, well, the only one we're going to talk about today, but, and this again is on Apple Podcasts. So if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star review. But this comes from Haley Singleton. She says, this is the title, Love This Podcast. And she says, if you're a Disney lover, this is for you with 3 exclamation marks. That's how you know it's good.
That's nice.
She also says subscribe and leave a review. They're awesome. I highly suggest that as well. That would be great for us if you subscribe and leave us more reviews. Then we'll keep adding more. But hey, 3 exclamation marks. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
It's better and more than 2.
It sure is.
So leave us a review. That's a great way to support our show. You can also support us by becoming a paid Patreon member. And we have a lot of fun over there. We have bonus shows that we do every week. This week's bonus show, we're going to be talking and catching up on kind of what we've done through the week. We had a busy week. We went to Dollywood. And we did some more fun stuff. I'm not going to give it all away, but go over to patreon.com/happily ever after, or you can find the link in the show notes below. But come join us on there. It's a great way to support us. You can also find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the places. And maybe you're listening on YouTube. If you are, subscribe there as well. So let's get this anniversary episode started. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First up is Derek and Maddie over at the Disney Trip Report podcast. So let's hear from them.
Maddie and Derek here from Disney Trip Report podcast. Before we get into our best Disney advice, we want to tell Mitch and Amanda, congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
1 year. We're so proud of you. We're so excited for you. We love your show. We love you guys as humans. It's been so fun to see, just to call you friends for many years now. So we are so excited for you and proud of you. Best Disney advice, Derek. What's your best Disney advice?
Just book the trip and go. I have too many people who are like, should I go? Or my kid's too young? Or they too... Just book the trip and go. Because more times than not, I've had so many friends over the years just like, I'm glad I went. You can always make money. You can't always make time. And if you think your kids are too young, there's something magical at every age. So just book the trip. If you're debating it, you can try to find ways to go more affordable. Yes, you can stay at an All-Stars. You can stay at Pop. Just book the trip. Hey, I'm in town for a dance convention. Should I go for a couple days? Yes! Stay a couple extra days and go. So that's whenever someone's debating Walt Disney World, I am just that influencer that just says go, and never do people regret it.
I agree. That's always my kind of go-to is that it's just like what you said. You can always make more money. Don't be unwise, right? But you can always make more money, but your kids are you only have today. Really, right? Yep. You only have what's happening right now, whether you're going with kids or whether you're going as adults, make those memories. They're so important. But since I wanted to give a little bit extra, a different advice, also, I always recommend use a Disney travel agent. when you're planning a trip. That would be my tip for the kind of the pre-planning, because they're free for you to use, and a good Disney travel agent is going to hook you up with, like, they're going to do so much work for you. They're going to be helpful on itineraries, all of that. Derek and I have been on like dozens of Disney trips, and we still book with a Disney travel agent every time. And so that's kind of my advice for in the park.
Mine's character meals are worth it. I know they're expensive. If you have little kids, character meals are totally worth it to get that character interaction, so you don't have to wait in line. You can get them an autograph, pictures. The food's usually pretty decent. Character meals, great play to rest. So yes, if you have little kids and even middle-aged kids, character meals are great. Or I've gone adults only and done character meals. So yes.
Yeah.
Big fan.
And my in-park would be just stay flexible.
Yep.
Stay flexible. Your attitude makes the magic. So if something doesn't go your way, that's okay. There's still magic to be found. So.
And there's nothing wrong with going back and resting, but we do recommend going early and staying late, because that's where all the fun happens. And it's not super hot in Florida. It gets hot in Florida. If you didn't know, it rains every day.
There's our advice. Hey, heads up. It's hot in Florida.
Florida's hot.
Well, thank you guys so much for having us on to give some Disney advice. Again, congratulations.
Congrats, guys.
We're so happy for you guys.
Thank you so much, Derek and Maddie. We loved your well wishes, and your advice was really great, and we totally agree. We have taken Jackson since he was 8 months old. We've taken Stella since she was 2 months old. Taking kids and adults at any age, you're always going to have a different trip, and it's always just going to be so much fun. And just take the trip. I was 8 months pregnant, and we literally booked a trip the day of.
Okay, but also, not only were you 8 months pregnant, but we had Stella when she was 3 months old, 4 months old. So we did it when you were super pregnant, and then when you were super not fresh out of pregnancy.
Yeah.
So yes,
so just book it. Just do it. Like, they're all going to be different trips, but like, it doesn't have to be like that stressful of like a vacation. You just do it, and then you just go, and it's just fun. It's fun at like every age if you're able to go that much.
Yeah, you know, one of my favorite lines that Derek says is, "You can always make money, but you can't make time."
I love that.
I love that too. Until we get a time machine, that is so true. And it's, I mean, right? You can always go back and, you know, pick up some extra hours, or, you know, pick up a part-time job here and there, but like, you can't get back that time, and you can't get back the time when your kids are young if you are going with kids. And even if you're not, maybe it's just you, maybe it's your significant other, but like, just go and have fun. I love that. And they also mentioned about using a travel agent. And I think this is a really good tip.
We've never done that.
We've never done that. I mean, we're cast members. We feel like we're the experts when it comes to Disney planning, but that's not always true. And it's not just about being experts. It's about like the stress relief of it.
It's about having the work like done for you, the reservations booked for you.
I think that's a really good advice. Maybe we should do that sometime.
Maybe we should.
We know a couple good travel agents as well. So.
Yeah, we do. Derek also commented on character meals. We 1,000,000% agree. We do a character breakfast every single time we take the kids.
Yeah, that is like our go-to. Instead of doing like a couples, like Amanda and I going out and doing something special, like an adults only meal, we don't do that. We do a family meal.
Yeah.
And that's our character breakfast.
Yeah. And that's where we get to see all of the main characters. You get pictures, you get autographs, you get a lot more one-on-one time with the characters. They come around multiple times to the table sometimes, and you get a like pretty decent meal. It's in most of the time it's away from the hot sun, and you're in a nice air-conditioned building. It's very nice.
Listen, Derek, you mentioned going solo, dolo, just, you know, the parents, you know, adults only characters. That's great. I'm getting better with characters. I don't know if that's for me or not.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know if you want just me to go. You know, it would be great. Maybe we'll all plan a trip, and we'll just do an adults only, us four.
That would be nice.
And I do a character breakfast. That would be interesting to say the least. So yeah.
The last tip is Florida's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, Florida is smoking hot. And I think that's going to be a theme through most of everyone's today. Listen, if you've never been to Florida,
it's important to harp on, though.
It really is. If you've never been, just know that it's hot.
Yeah, I've had to utilize the first aid before.
Yeah, it's
not great.
No, and I've used liquid IV on multiple occasions. You've used it too, but like I've gotten to the point where I'm like too rough.
Yeah, you're like melting.
Yeah, I'm smelting. All right, next up we have Olivia from Soaring Around WDW. So let's hear from her.
Hey, Happily Ever After fam. This is Olivia from Soaring Around WDW podcast. And the best advice that I have to give someone going to Disney World would be don't wait to take the trip. I know a lot of people wait for that perfect, quote unquote, magical age, but truly every age and stage is magical. So my biggest advice would be don't wait, just book the trip, enjoy the season, maybe have a little bit more of a relaxed journey if your little ones are in like the newborn or infant stage, but kind of take it day by day and just enjoy the magic in every single season.
Okay, like I said, the theme is starting. You got to take the kids at any stage and any age. Like don't wait. Just go.
Yeah, and like some things can be a little more difficult than others, but it's still, I don't know, really worth it. Because like this past trip we took Stella, she was 2 months old. It wasn't like great for her, but it was really good for Jack. And imagine if we hadn't had gone this past year, he would have missed out on a whole trip. So like on like a flip side of it, like, well, maybe it wasn't like a great trip to have her there, but it was a great trip for Jack. And I'm glad we had her there and they got to dress up as Mickey and Minnie together, which was so cute.
Yeah. And you know, one of the things that doesn't get talked about is like, I think it gets talked about negatively is like, oh, like they'll never remember it. But like, okay, so what? Let's say they never remember. Let's say Jack doesn't remember any of these trips, even at 4, right? We remember it.
We have the best memories. Even with Stella being so little, like, was it great all the time? No, but like we did really have a good, like, overall trip.
Yeah.
Once we figured out that she wanted to sit in the car seat, not the stroller.
Yeah.
That was the big kicker for us.
Game changer. Figure this stuff out early. Take your kids to a park, a zoo somewhere. And
but it also forced us to go into the baby care center a lot, which got all of us breaks. We purposefully sat down, had snacks, had water while we did the care for everyone. And maybe that was what we needed this trip too.
Yeah. And Olivia speaks on that. Just like having more of a relaxed journey and enjoying the magic like at every point. It's like, it's so true. Just taking your time, especially with kids. I think if you've went as, you know, maybe as teens and, you know, early adults and maybe you haven't been back since you've started a family, you might be thinking, okay, we're going to hit all the rides, right? And I wouldn't keep that as like the main focus. I'd be like, what can my kids do and what do they want to do? And like, let's also like, I know you're looking at me because that's not how I do it. I know you give me the look, but because I'm like
trying to figure out a nice way how to say maybe you should follow your own advice. But
I'm not here to follow my own advice. I'm just here to give it and respond.
You're here to speak on it.
I'm here to speak on it. But yeah, take it slow. You won't be disappointed, and you can really just relish in those moments and memories.
Yeah, a lot of times we like letting Jack pick the rides that he wants to go on, like what he wants to do next, like in the area we're in, which I think is a really fun way to like let the kids get involved in the trip a little bit more. And it does slow you down because you're not bouncing around from area to area.
I agree.
It's time for our dear friend Carl from Carl's Up Adventure. I'm excited to see what he has to say because it is always something so funny and so interesting.
I would say that my advice to the audience is to start the park days early when you're concerned about rain on your park visit. So when I say start your park days early, that's because, you know, typically rain is more common in the afternoon here in Central Florida. And if you keep a flexible schedule that allows you to shift your indoor attractions or your shows during rainy periods, that might help you schedule and plan, whether it's the day before or if you've got a weather forecast or plan that you see that it's going to rain on your trip. Those are some things that you can think about as you're, you know, kind of planning your park day if it falls on a rainy day. And that's also true if you're at a resort, right? If you happen to, want to spend the afternoon or midday swimming at the pool and you start to notice some dark clouds forming and coming your way, just making sure that you're prepared. If you've got the right foot attire, if you got an umbrella, if you got something that might, help keep you dry, even though technically you're already wet because you've been in the pool, but none of that matters. This would be my advice to share with all the folks that are listening to your podcast. Talk to you soon.
All right. I love this one. This has some inside lore to it. Let me give you guys a little bit of background for those of you who might not know. We took a fall trip back in 2024, and it was just us, me, Amanda, and Jackson before we had Stella, but like literally a month before we planned.
Yes.
And we stayed at the Polynesian and met up with Carl there and Ashley and their little family. And we went to the pool. This beautiful day out, right? Sunny skies in Florida. Looks great. And here come the clouds really quickly. And sure enough, we're like, tut-tut, looks like rain. Let's get out of here. So as we are getting all of our stuff together, putting on our, grabbing our towels and starting to walk back to the room, it comes a torrential downpour out of nowhere. And I shouldn't say out of nowhere because, it's still summertime in Florida. We should have expected it. It was mid-afternoon. But yeah, oh my gosh, that was a memory that we will not forget. But I mean, he is right. Knowing that it's going to rain in the spring, summer, fall time at Disney, especially in the fall time too. I think people forget about that because it's hurricane season at Disney World in the
up
fall.
Until November.
Yeah, so very important to know if you're traveling during that time. But knowing that can kind of help you plan your trip to maybe, get up earlier in the morning and do things early on. And then, maybe come back for a little bit and then rest.
Yeah. I do love a good afternoon rain, just not when I'm trying to get across Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. Sometimes it was easier when we didn't have kids. If it was just Amanda and I was pouring rain, we're like, okay, we can
Ponchos
just go.
on, we're good.
Yeah, we're fine. But with kids, it's a little bit more difficult. So now I like finding those little spots, just kind of sit and just watch the rain go by.
You and everyone else.
I know, but now, we're all crowded. And me and my best friends who all smell great in a very hot gift shop.
Which brings me back to the poncho idea.
I know. Who would like some ponchos with our logo on it? Let us know. Next up is Greg from That Park Life podcast. We've known Greg actually way back in the day when we were early on in cast members. Years ago, and friendship has blossomed over the years. So I'm really interested. He lives there, right? He lives in the magic, and I'm curious what he's got to say. So let's take a listen.
Hello, it's Greg, one half of That Park Life podcast. My best piece of advice when visiting Walt Disney World is rope drop. And hear me out, everyone. I know it can be difficult with kids or if you're in a large traveling party, but as someone who goes to the parks every week, I can tell you that the best time to maximize rides with reduced wait times is first thing in the morning, especially if you're staying at a Disney resort and you can take advantage of the early entry perk. And as an added bonus, during that time of day, it's usually not hot out yet. It's a win-win. So try it out and maybe take a nap later to balance out that getting up early part. Oh, and happy 1 year.
I love Greg's advice of rope dropping. My sister and I used to do it all the time. All the time. We would wake up everyone at the crack of dawn and rope drop. And you get to ride all the really cool rides with very, very minimal wait times. And it can be difficult with with kids or a big party, but I don't know. I still think it's kind of worth it.
It is. He makes a good point about maximizing ride times. There's this window between from early morning up until about, I would say 10:30, 11 of when no one's really in the parks, but by 11 o'clock, that's when all the families come with kids. So whether you're just adults only or maybe you do have kids, if you can get them up early, you could do so many rides, not even needing lightning lanes before that 11 o'clock window.
And utilizing early entry. I don't think we've ever done that.
Well, that's because we have two kids that we keep out late for extended evening hours, thinking that they're going to wake up early. And Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't. Especially Jack. We thought, okay, he wakes up at 7:30 every day on the dot. Mm-hmm. But when you keep him late, just one night, the first night at Disney Park, he's like, "Yep, I'm sleeping."
He's thrown off.
Yeah. So, Greg also makes a point about it not being too hot in the morning. So, like, it's a really good time to enjoy the parks. Just take it easy. Go do all the rides you can. And I think that's great advice. Thank you, Greg. Speaking of rope drop, let's hear from Doug from Rope Drop Radio and Rope Drop on Deck.
This is Doug from Rope Drop Radio and Rope Drop on Deck. Just want to say congratulations on a year of podcasting to happily ever after. That's fantastic. So a tip for Disney World is do rope drop. Yeah, who would have thought a guy from Rope Drop Radio would say rope drop? So make sure you rope drop and make sure you have a plan. Don't be rope dropping a treehouse. Have a good plan when you rope drop. And then the second thing, tip-wise from Rope Drop Radio, is when you go to Gaston's Tavern to get that cinnamon roll, ask for the icing because it's on Rope Drop Radio. Just let them know we'll pay for it. Get the icing, the extra icing on Rope Drop Radio. Congratulations on a great year.
Again, I love to rope drop. I totally agree with all this, and it does make a lot of sense that they're Rope Drop Radio, and they suggest rope dropping.
Imagine them giving advice that wasn't rope drop.
I know.
Like,
I love the suggestion though, and making a plan is actually like a really good idea because you don't want to okay, you get there for rope drop, but then what do you do?
Yeah, like he says, you don't want to go straight to the treehouse.
No.
But you might want to hit the treehouse at the end of the night to watch the fireworks.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah, no, you definitely want to have a plan. So here's the complicated thing, right? A lot of the theme is you'll hear from our friends saying to not have a plan and from others saying to have a plan. And I think there is a good balance in there.
There is, yeah.
You don't want to go to the parks and be completely whatever happens, happens. You do want to have a little bit of a plan, but you don't want to over plan, right? I think that's kind of a general theme of this.
Which is also kind of where a travel agent might help.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think Doug might know of a good travel agent as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I do love the idea of rope dropping Gaston's Tavern and asking for extra icing for the cinnamon roll.
Yeah. And
I never heard of doing that before. And I love that idea.
I know. Apparently they do this all the time, and then they tell all their listeners. So if you're over here from Rope Drop Radio, you've already heard this advice before. But if you tell them it's on the house from Rope Drop Radio, you get the extra icing for free.
I love that.
Yeah, not that they're going to give it to you for free anyways, but Rope Drop Radio actually pays for everyone that goes there and mentions it. So, but I'd love to go to Gaston's Tavern and grab a cinnamon roll. That sounds delicious.
It does sound really good. Here are two of my favorite people, Melissa, my sister, and Max, my brother-in-law. I am really excited to hear their little bit of advice.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm Amanda's sister.
And I'm Max. I'm the brother-in-law.
So we were asked for input on what tip we would give someone going to Disney. I think we pretty much agreed that we would say not to overplan. I think it's really difficult nowadays in Disney not to overplan. Now with lightning lanes needing to be booked ahead, dining reservations and stuff. But I think it's a good idea, especially at the end of the trip, leave half a day, an afternoon, a morning, or a full day just to catch up on things you kind of missed. Your parade got rained out, Fantasmic got rained out, you really liked this park, you missed something, you need to go back, and just leave yourself some rest time and not overplan. I think our last trip last year, some of our favorite moments were just sitting and relaxing and spending time with each other. So I think just leaving room to relax and chill and actually enjoy the quality time with your family.
Yeah, and I would piggyback on that and saying, it's Florida, it's hot, right? And the last thing you want to have ruin your vacation is be tired and cranky, and if you're going with little ones, having them be tired, and that just kind of impacts the experience. So definitely take those breaks. Find time to rest, recharge, refuel. That's really important just to ultimately have a better experience and enjoy the park and the experience and the rides and the dining a little bit more. You're going in with clarity and good vibes and good feelings. You don't definitely want to be cranky. So
you don't want to be running late to your reservations and everyone's mad at each other.
Yeah,
that's not fun. Running back and forth with kids.
Yeah, would agree.
And the heat and stuff. And the parks are really beautiful. So just taking some time, like sitting and like enjoying it. Like I know last year we went with I guess he was like 1.5 at the time. And we were just like sitting, cooling off. And then like we saw Jack Sparrow and had like a really like cool meet and greet. So yeah, leave yourself some time to like relax and
take your breaks, get your naps in, get your pool time.
Take the pressure off. Yeah, also like get your naps in. Like I said, we just went with our 1.5-year-old last year. Now he's 2.5 and we're going on a trip in a few weeks. And we did not know if he was going to nap in the stroller or not. So I kind of left our afternoons open. You know, we could stay in the park or we could go back kind of based off his vibes. And he wound up not being able to nap in the stroller. But it worked out really nice. We went back to the hotel every day and like we all got some chill out time. And it was like 105 degrees in May for some reason. So we were very grateful for that. But yeah, I think we both agree. Just kind of take a chill.
And have fun, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about. It's not trying to get the most rides in possible, or the most lightning lanes, or the most dining reservations.
It's not a checklist. You're not trying to check the box. You're trying to have a good, memorable, fun experience.
Yeah, it's just like spending time with each other. So, yeah, I think that's our tip.
See ya.
Like we said, here's a good theme to not overplan, and it is difficult. This I'm actually didn't realize how perfect this was going to segue from the last guest to this guest, but it's difficult because you have the ADRs, advanced dining reservations, that maybe you need a book and you don't want to miss out on. But what you don't want to do is overplan like I did on our first day of Magic Kingdom last year, where I booked a haircut, Beacon Barrel, and all of our lightning lanes all within like a 3-hour span of each other.
It was not great.
And we also had to fit in lunch. So with kids, with a brand new baby. There's things that you want to take a step back, and they both agreed on like not over planning. And I think that's such a good idea. They also mentioned to leave some time at the end of our trip, you know?
I really, really love that idea. And I have never thought of this myself, to leave some time at the end of the trip, like a half day or a full day, to catch up on things that you have missed. So I don't think we like purposefully have ever done this, but we sort of like accidentally on purpose did it when Jack was like 1.5 years old. We just spent the last day like meeting a lot of characters, watching the parades and the shows and doing all the stuff. And it was the best day of our trip, was that last day where we got to do everything that we actually had planned on doing. Because you don't need to do Dumbo 3 times just because he likes it, or the carousel 5 times because he likes it, because he also likes the parade and he also likes the characters and all the other stuff that comes with Disney. So I think that's really important.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I really enjoyed that last day that we had.
It was so good.
And it made such a difference in like our memories from the trip and like how we left. So 100% on board with that. And they one of the things that they advised was like, the best thing was them taking time just to relax. And sometimes it's easy to get caught up in all the rides at Disney and go here and go there. But like, especially if you're at a Disney resort, just go back, relax. Even relaxing in your room, put on the little, the Disney cartoons, little Mickey Mouse shorts maybe. Or maybe you're sitting out on your patio if you have one. Or maybe you're down by the pool and just kind of like chilling and relaxing.
It's so easy to forget that like that's all a part of your Disney vacation too. Like whether you're at a Disney resort or if you're at a villa or like an off-property hotel, like being in your resort or hotel is also a part of your whole Disney vacation. So like making sure that you spend time at the pool and like in your resort and relaxing will most likely benefit the rest of your trip. So that way you're not cranky and your kids are not cranky. Because cranky kids are not it for me.
And especially with it being hot, like they said, yeah, I think everyone's mentioned something about it being hot in Florida, and we will continue to mention how hot it is in Florida. That just adds to it. That adds to the tiredness, the crankiness, and the stress. So yeah, absolutely. I also love that they said that it's all about having fun, and it's not a checklist. Like, I know everyone has maybe a bucket list for the first time they're going to Disney, or maybe they haven't been in a while and they're like, okay, got to check this off. But like, create the memories organically and, have an idea of what you want to get to, but don't make it a huge priority and a huge checklist to get to.
Like the checklist that you have on your phone?
Well, that's a different conversation. Join us in a couple of weeks and we'll be breaking down that checklist that's on the phone.
I'm pretty sure we have already, actually, didn't we?
We have a little bit, but I've added more.
Oh, no.
last but not least, we have our special friends, Ashley and Emma. And I know Emma couldn't be on the recording right now. And Emma, we hope you are doing very well. But let's hear from Ashley and what his advice is.
Hey guys, I am Ashley. I am one half of Ashley and Emma. We've known Mitch and Amanda for many years, and they are probably our best friends. So we are more than happy to help out with this anniversary podcast vlog, whatever they decide to use it for. But my best bit of Disney advice is multiple things, but the main things are: firstly, take your time, soak it all in, don't rush. You don't want to miss anything, especially making memories. So any opportunity you have to use a photo pass or just take photos on your phone of the family, because you never know when you might be going back and you want to hold those memories forever. Secondly, merchandise. If you see it, buy it, because everyone knows how quickly Disney merch can go, and it'd be just your luck that you'd say, it's okay, I'll go and get it another day, and then you go back and it's not there. So merchandise, if you see something, get it. And finally, queue times. Don't worry about them, because nine times out of 10 when Disney posts wait times, it's a lot less than what they are. I think they're just sort of anticipating how busy the ride's going to be. But if it's a long wait, go for it, because again, you never know when you might be going back to Disney. You never know when the next time you'll be riding that certain ride. So just go for it. And the main bit of advice is just enjoy every minute of it, because we all know how magical and fantastic Disney is. So just enjoy every minute of it and just make as many memories as you can. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Much appreciated for allowing us to be part of this episode. We love you guys. See you later.
This is some great advice for you to follow, Mitchell. Take your time. Don't rush. But it is easy. I mean, I get caught up in it too. But I think before we go on the trip, Mitchell is usually like, go, go, go. And then once we get there, I get the like anxiety of like, well, we're going to miss this. We're going to miss that. We're going to miss this. And like, I don't remember the last time we sat on the hub grass.
That's so true.
Isn't that sad?
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago about taking our time, going to Starbucks again, sitting on the hub grass and relaxing.
Mm-hmm. With my bacon, egg, and Gouda sandwich.
And just imagine little Stella out there now with her little bucket hat and sunglasses.
Cute. Oh my gosh.
I'm adding it to that list right now as we speak.
The list that we're not supposed to have. Don't make it a checklist, but add it to the list.
This is not a checklist. This is a suggestion.
Right.
This is just suggestions. Yeah. I love it though. Soaking in all the memories. That is the biggest theme here that I think everyone has touched on as well. It's just
whether you rush your trip or you don't rush it, or you're going quick or slow or relaxing, just soak in all your memories. Also, my favorite piece of advice. I genuinely think this is my favorite piece of advice, because we always say it and we've just never like thought to like announce it. If you see merch, buy it. It goes quick. I'm saying like days. Like if you're in Magic Kingdom in the morning and you go back and then you go back at night, you might not see what you originally saw in the morning. If you see merchandise you like, get it. And I know that they don't ship to the hotels anymore, right?
Yeah, they can't send it to your hotels.
And they don't do like front of park pickup. But they do go through some, I don't know, I think it's UPS, maybe?
Yeah, I think it is UPS.
For to ship your goodies home. Yeah, and we've done that plenty of times before.
You can also rent a locker. If you want to get early in the day, you can rent a locker. They're fairly cheap. But this honestly has happened. We're being serious. This has happened to us where we saw merch and it was gone. We came back like a couple of days later and it was gone.
Well, of course, like especially like special ticketed events like that, those merch like awfully go quick. But I love that.
Also, one of the other pieces of advice that Ashley gave was about wait times. And speaking from cast members, I'm curious of your perspective, because I do agree. Sometimes we would overpost our wait times, and that was because we get a large rush of people coming in and fast passes that would back up the line. So we anticipated the wait change, and we wanted to let guests know that we're coming in, that hey, the wait time is probably going to be longer.
Yeah.
But if that rush was just a small little bit and that was it, and no one else joined the line, chances are that fast pass line gets cleared out really quick.
But also that RFID reading.
It does, and it changes
kinda on its own. Like, you have to have a coordinator go in and like turn it off to like read. So you know how they used to do like the like red cards where they like tap it at the beginning of the line and tap it at the end. They don't do those anymore, but they just read your magic bands.
Listen, and if someone held we always were told that if someone handed them to you and they said, "Oh, I found this," don't tap it.
Yeah,
because like it was like you mentioned, it's handed at the front of a greeter and then to the end of like where they group, typically. And if it was just like on the ground and somebody picked it up, that wait time is going to be crazy.
You want to know a fun fact?
Yeah, let me hear it.
I was not working in attractions when those were still a thing.
Whoa, that's crazy. So you never got to do them?
No, and I started attractions in 2018.
That's kind of sad. Yeah, they kind of started rolling out with the magic bands.
Yeah.
That was part of that, but took a while. And enjoy every minute, all of it, right? Like, make memories, be present. I think sometimes that's hard to do, is like, you get kind of caught up in it all and you're not present in the moment, and it could just kind of take you away from the whole vacation experience.
Yeah, it's nice to just sort of like take a step back and like realize where you are and how long you've waited to get there and how like amazing and cool like your trip actually is.
Yeah. Well, we also have one more piece of advice from Noelle. She was not able to do her recording, but I'm going to go ahead and read off what she said. She said to make sure you drink plenty of water, and you can also get cups of free ice water at all the quick service counters. Noelle, thank you. Thanks for saying it.
Yeah.
I say this in all of our vlogs. I always tell people to hydrate, and we talked about it being hot. This is funny. She didn't even know what anyone else was saying.
No.
Noelle's a current cast member at Disney World. She works at the ranch, so she has fun with all the horses down there. This is a really great point.
It is really good. Anywhere where they have like fountain beverages, they give you free cups of ice water.
And please do it. You don't have to pay for the Dasani bottles. And I know Florida water, it's an acquired taste.
It is.
It's an acquired taste. But
it's a vacation delicacy.
Yes, but it's Disney water. It's Disney water. You can't get anything better than that. So just make sure you drink it and stay hydrated throughout your trip. Well, that wraps up all of our guests coming on and sharing all of their best Disney advice. And we just want to personally say thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to share your best Disney advice and recording it. It means a lot to us. It means a lot for you guys to be on our 1-year podcast anniversary episode. So thank you from the bottom of our heart. It means so much. And we're happy to call all of y'all friends. So thank you. And you made this 1-year anniversary podcast episode amazing. But you know what? We have to still give our advice.
So our advice might be a little bit more specific because we didn't want to repeat everything that all of our other friends had talked about. So we are going to give just a few little bits of our advice that are a little bit more like niche. So my first one is to pack snacks. And I know this is going to sound like very crunchy, but I'm thinking like healthy-ish ones for kids and adults. Like mandarin oranges and raisins are our favorites. And it's a nice, refreshing snack for the middle of a hot summer day in Florida. It can be expensive and hard to come by in the parks. So we love oranges. We love the raisins. Anything kind of like light and something that might feel a little bit more healthy. We've also done like carrot sticks in the park before too. Those are really great. Jackson loves eating those. Oh, and grapes. We like pre-wash, pre-cut our grapes. They were really good.
They were hydrating, yes. Yeah. Okay, my first piece of advice, by the way, we have 3 here. Mine is buy lightning lanes. Every year since lightning lanes have come out, I have said no. Then I've said, well, no, maybe. Then I've said kinda, and now I'm like, I'm all in. And it's unfortunate that you have to buy lightning lanes now. If you grew up in our legacy fast pass era, you know, where you could just go and you got them for free, or you could book them on your phone for free. But it is so worth it now, especially if you have kids. I think if you're just going as an adults only trip, it's not as important. But unless you're going for only a couple amount of days, but not waiting in all the lines with kids is so beneficial for so many reasons, because your kids aren't cranky waiting in line, they're not tired, they're not restless, and on top of that, you'll get to experience so many more attractions while you're there with much less time wasted waiting around. So that's my first piece. What do you got for your second one?
My second one is to utilize the quiet pools in the Disney resorts. If you are staying at a Disney resort, most of them will have what they're called quiet pools. They're just smaller pools like off in like other little quieter corridors and sections of the resort. They typically have extended hours, which is great for getting some swimming time in later in the day if you missed some swimming time earlier. We utilized it at Old Key West, and we loved it. It was so nice, and it was just us in the pool. We got a nice night swim. It was still really hot out and still muggy. We had a really good time.
Yes, I love that one. I'm going to keep in theme here with my second one, and that's to stay at a Disney resort. If you can, if it's in your budget, staying at a Disney resort is by far so worth it. And in it, honestly, all of them have their own perks, whether you're staying at a Skyliner resort, whether you're staying on the Magic Kingdom monorail loop, maybe the Disney Springs area, whatever it may be, they all have their perks. But the biggest perk is the transportation to the parks, the early entry, and the Disney magic in your hotel. It's just, they're all amazing, relaxing. It's just different vibes too. And you're not driving to the parks every day unless you want to. I wouldn't. I would just take Disney transportation, but just so much better staying at a Disney themed hotel. You can close your eyes at night and put on Mickey Mouse shorts automatically on your TV. Love that.
My last tip, if you are traveling with kids who are using a stroller, to bring an extra fan for the parent or whoever is pushing the stroller. A lot of the Disney parks can get pretty hilly, like especially Hollywood Studios has a lot of hills towards the back of the parks, and it gets really hot, and some of them are heavy to push. And I just love that extra fan that we always bring for us. I don't know where we got the idea from.
I don't know.
Maybe we just like had an extra and we were like, oh, might as well put it on ourselves.
We're like, this is perfect.
I just love it. We always get compliments on it every single time we point a fan at ourselves.
Yeah, and
it's
everybody
great.
else wants to push the stroller. Like my mom.
Oh, yeah.
What was the last trip? She's like, I'll push the stroller. And we're like, oh, that's so nice. And then we realize it's because of the fan.
Yeah. But also we do use it like when Jackson's walking like next to the stroller, we'll turn it and point it at him if like he's getting extra hot too. So it really is beneficial, I think. You could also probably do it with a wheelchair too.
Yeah, and one of the fans that actually I think maybe both, but the big fan that we use for ourselves, we have. If you go to our link tree that's in the show notes below, you can find the link there. But we have the actual link to the fan that we have, and it's been amazing. The battery life is incredible, so definitely suggest that. So, all right, I'm going to round us out here with the last piece of advice. And this comes from a guy behind the camera doing the vlogging, and that's to take the videos and photos and create the memories that will last forever. Yes, it is so important to be present and to be in the moment. And Amanda does push me with this a lot, and you know, you're definitely like, hey, make sure you're not like always behind the camera, you know, make sure you're in the moment. And sometimes it's hard, but having the videos, photos are great, but having the videos of our family in the park and having our kids, seeing them grow up in Disney and hearing their little voices, like hearing Jackson's voice from the first, not the first trip, but like the second trip to now, and seeing how he's evolved in the parks has just been so incredible. And it lasts forever, especially if you're someone like me, has a short-term memory. I don't even know what I had for breakfast this morning. And so sometimes I lose the sight and then the memories of everything that we did. And going back to look at the videos, it paints this beautiful picture of all the memories we had on our vacation. So that's my last one. Create the memories by taking the videos and photos.
All right, let's get to our listener questions now.
I'm excited for this. We got some really good ones. I've left this up for a couple of days. We got some interesting ones. Are you ready to kick this off?
I'm ready.
We should have taken an over and under before we started this to see if this was going to be over an hour or under an hour.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Where you at right now? Because the way we're doing this podcast, it's cut up, so we don't even know how long this is going to take. So what do you think? It's going to be over an hour or under?
Way over.
Way over? Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna say yes.
You're dragging it out.
I gotta help myself here. Okay, so our first question comes from Olivia at Soaring Around WDW. Her question for us is, international park at the top of your list? What do you got?
Disneyland Paris.
Disneyland Paris. Why? Give me a quick reason.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like language barrier wise, it would probably be like the easiest to get through. I think their castle is really, really pretty, and it would be a good chance to not only go to Disneyland Paris, but to see a lot of our friends in England.
Yeah, I think that's great. For me, mine is Tokyo Disneyland. I've always wanted to go. They have some amazing attractions out there, but I also heard how beautiful it is, especially the second park over there. It's just like, so that's where I want to go. But I also said on here with the easiest and probably our next like international park will be Disneyland Paris. Like first time we travel out of the States, it'll be Disneyland Paris. Okay, the next question comes from Carl from Carl's Up Adventure. He said, if you had a time machine, what Disney concept would you bring back to present day?
I thought about my answer for a while, and I wasn't really sure. And then it hit me like an actual brick wall, the Magical Express.
That's such a good one.
Did you ever use it?
I never have, but I always wanted to.
Oh, it was so good. It was amazing. Like they send you the like luggage tags you're supposed to put on your bags. Like it's just like this extra little piece of like Disney mail that you get, like a little brochure, like tells you where to go in the airport and everything. Even like the cast members at the airport, the lines at the airport, like just, I don't know. It just made everything so seamless. You don't have to worry about your checked bags. You get off the plane and you get in line for the bus. That's it. And then you go on the bus and they bring you to your resort, and then your bags are magically dropped off at your room a few hours later, and you don't have to worry about them or do anything or whatever. They're in your room, they're safe, they're locked away, and you can be in the parks or at the pool enjoying yourself. It is amazing.
I wish I could have experienced it. Really, we drove down for most of the years that we did our Disney vacation. So maybe one day they'll bring it back. I can tell you right now, if they brought it back, I would do it.
Have you ever seen the little like movie clip that they used to play on the Magical
and everyone
Express?
says it was so good.
So cute.
Okay, we got to watch it.
Yeah,
Okay?
we do have to watch it. It was really good. But also, the Magical Express takes out a whole huge expense with Ubering or rental cars and then parking at the resorts that you have to pay to park for now. So it also gives that extra incentive and the push to stay at a Disney hotel if you get to utilize the Magical Express, because I've heard up and down things about Mears, and I know that Melissa and Max are about to take Mears on their trip coming up in May, so I'm excited to have them on so we can talk about that experience as well.
That's going to be really, really good. I can't wait for that. Mine is, I have two. I'm sorry. I'll make it quick though. The first one I said was Legacy Fast Pass, because I just miss kind of like running back and forth to the attractions, getting the paper tickets, or just free Fast Passes, honestly. Like, just bring that back. My second one, though, is, and this was kind of more of a curveball, but more character breakfast in the resorts.
Love this idea.
Yeah, Disney used to have a lot more character breakfast.
And, like, meals.
And meals, yeah.
In general. Like, do you remember Restaurantosaurus?
Yes.
Used to have Donald?
Yes, I know. And it's just sad. We just don't get that often. At Old Key West, Olivia's Cafe used to have Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Eeyore. And yeah, just not, I don't know if there wasn't a demand or what happened, but Disney, bring us, actually, I know they're not, because then they'd have to charge more, but I would love for more character breakfast scattered throughout.
Character dining.
I keep saying character breakfast, but character dining. I just love breakfast. Next question comes from Ashley and Emma. They got a couple for us here. They said, why are you guys so awesome? I think this is pretty easy. No, I'm kidding. But thank you guys. Appreciate that. I don't know how to answer that. That's too hard of a question because, we've been working at it for many years. No commentary over there? No? Okay. Well, you left me out on an island to try.
Yeah, I did.
I was, okay. No, just being funny. All right. Their second question for us is, if you could bring back one Disney attraction, what would it be and why? And go.
Mine would be Lights, Motors, Action, which I know like sounds awfully silly right now, but I just think that Jackson would love to see it. And I think I'm at the point where I would be more interested in it now than what I was a few years ago when they took it away. So that's just kind of, I don't know. I just also feel like there hasn't been many attractions that have been taken away from me. Like, I wasn't around for, like, the Horizons or, like, any of that sort of stuff. I mean, obviously, we know what your answer is going to be.
We know what my answer is going to be.
But at the current moment, I kind of miss Lights, Motors, Action.
I love this
/
answer.
Streets of America.
Oh,
/
okay. Well, okay.
That's like a land, but like I feel like it like goes with it.
Well, here's okay, but I'm in it. You know why I'm in that? Because that means we would get the Osborne Lights back.
True.
And I would love that. That's probably the thing. If I could bring something back right now to be the Osborne Lights over any attraction, that was just incredible. But yeah, mine is Splash. Give me Splash Mountain back. Tiana's is great. I do love it. I do enjoy it. And I don't know. I just miss the nostalgia I have with Splash. It's not necessarily that Splash is a superior ride to Tiana's. It's more about the memories and what I grew up with, like the music every year, and my family just looking forward to doing that ride together. We'd always make it like one of the first or second rides we go. Well, actually, it was always the second ride. We do Pirates, and then we go do Splash. So give me Splash back. And their next question is, if you could add one Disney attraction to any park, what would it be and why?
Mine would be a water ride in Hollywood Studios, because there is not a water-based attraction at Hollywood Studios, and it's Florida, and I think every park should have some sort of like a refreshing water ride. You don't have to get wet necessarily, but it just kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mistook this question at first, and I said Matterhorn because I would love for the Matterhorn to be brought to the Magic Kingdom. I think that would be amazing. But if I had to create a new ride, I would just really want a Moana boat ride. So sticking with your water ride, slap us a Moana boat ride in Hollywood Studios, or give me like a complete Figment redo. I think there's maybe an episode down the line where we can actually dig into this and kind of do some fun Imagineering ideas. Our next question comes from Alex and Claire from Popcorn Clothing, and they said, what looks easy to guess? First of all, they gave us some really challenging ones. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
I know you guys are listening. These were really challenging, and it took us a lot of time to think about it. But first question is, what looks easy to guess, but it's actually really hard to pull off as a cast member? What do you got?
Mine would be crowd control. And I know a lot of people are probably saying like it looks hard, but like I'm not just saying like pack. Like I'm not saying like for the parade, like telling people to like whatever. I'm saying like in general, like getting a bunch of people to do what you're asking them to do when you're not really in a huge place of authority and they think that they
have paid thousands of dollars
so they can like physically trample you is really hard. Like when we tell you to fill in all the available space, we have a counter. Like there's reasons why we're counting how many people are in there. We know how many people can fit the room, like capacity, like efficiency, like it's all like a huge thing. So like getting a whole big group of people to do something when you're like just a meager little cast member is really difficult.
Yeah, I put spilling. I feel like sometimes people maybe look at the Jungle Cruise, look at the Great Movie Ride, and they're like, wow, like, okay, yeah, they're saying all their lines. But like, even like the stuff I said in Studio C, like even the spilling in front of guests at Tower of Terror and do my little theming. I know you got something to say about that too, right?
I do.
But it's not easy. There's things that you have to remember, and you have to be in show, on point, and it's not easy, guys. Talking sometimes and remembering your lines is not easy. All right, their next question is, what's one myth about the Disney parks that just isn't true?
So mine comes with like the general idea of like, oh, I'm trying to think of like the word that like guests feel like they like, entitled.
Yes.
When guests feel like entitled and they feel like you have to like make magic for them in situations where you are not able to, whether it's a safety thing, whether it's like a money thing, whether it's like a you don't really deserve it kind of thing. Like cast members do not have open availability to just grant magic making all the time.
They are not the genie.
They're not the genie, and neither are coordinators, and neither are managers. Like, there is just some things that cannot be done, and like kind of putting up a fight for it doesn't really help your case.
Yeah, I love this. First of all, I love all your answers. I should have just let you answer twice, and you could answer for me. I can't tell you how many times people will come up to me and they're like, hey, can you make magic for me and my friend? Hey, can you make magic for me and my spouse or me and my kid? And like, it puts us in an uncomfortable spot, and you're like, and it's like, well, can you let us go to the front of the line? Can you let us do this? Can you let us do that? And it's like, also, like, that's not making magic.
Yeah, it's
right?
not.
Like, that's forced. Like, that's not spontaneous. That's, you're asking for a handout or a freebie, and yeah, just don't do that.
Right.
Just don't do that. If you're hoping for a magical moment, then be kind to cast members and have genuine.
That's the best way to do it, is to be kind.
Be kind, have genuine conversations and connections, and I almost guarantee you they will probably go above and beyond to try to give you the best experience back.
Yeah.
Mine is simple. Disney doesn't control the weather. They don't have a bubble.
It's actually crazy how many people genuinely still think that they do.
How many people did you ever have that question when you worked, when people like, they come up and make a joke and they're like, I guess you guys aren't controlling the weather today, or it's just something like, oh, can you make it stop raining? And like, you could tell they're joking, but at the same time, like, they're also kind of like, wait, they didn't believe if it was real or not.
Right.
It's like, this is crazy. Next question from them is, what skills or habits from being a cast member have stuck with you in real life? I'm going to go ahead and say mine because it's super simple.
Oh, yeah.
It's pointing with 2 fingers.
Yeah, it's such a good one.
Yeah, I do the 2-finger point. It hasn't left me.
I still do too.
It.
Or the
Yeah.
open hand.
Open hand. What am I doing right
now? The open hand.
The open hand. I'm doing the open hand, so that's mine.
Mine is efficiency. Just like finding the easiest but quickest ways to do things, like maximizing your time. It was my favorite key out of the 4 keys, and I think I still use it. And I think like I used it when I was working, like not in Disney, and I think you use it when you're working too.
I do. Yes. Just don't use it at home.
Yeah.
That's when I put my keys. I hang them on the little hook, my house keys and my Disney keys, and then I clock out for the day when I come home. All right, their last question is, what's the most oddly specific rule you had to follow?
I went with Disney look in general. I understand truly a lot of their guidelines, but some of them were just kind of like a little silly. Like, you could, like, colors of like your watch band you could wear or whatever. I mean, of course, like no neons, but like I had a hair tie on my wrist and I knew we weren't allowed to have them. So I put it underneath my watch band, and Disney Look got me for a black thin hair tie that I had underneath my watch band.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. You knew
Crazy. Also, like the amount of like clips you're allowed to have in your hair. Like bobby pins and clips, piercings.
In your ear.
Yeah.
Rings on your finger.
Yeah.
What is it? You can only have 2 rings, I think.
2.
You can have your, well.
Wedding bands count as one set.
Yes. And then you can have one other.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
It used to be just 1 earring in each ear, only on the lobe. Now it's 2 earrings in each ear. Doesn't matter where. I mean, they've changed a lot, but when we were there, Disney Look was like super strict.
Yes. I actually said 2 things. I had Disney Look as well, like getting specific their facial hair guidance. Like, there'd be some days people might come in with like just a slight 5 o'clock shadow, and they would be given a razor and some gel.
They'd be sent to costuming to shave.
Go shave, yeah. Which is crazy. And now that has obviously changed. But that, I lived through that. I worked through that. But also, this is a really oddly specific role we had at Rock and Roller Coaster. We had a group for photos. So when I'm grouping people into the rows, onto the limos, if I just put, let's say 2 people come up, right? I put them in row 1. The next party was a party of 4. I would not put them on rows 2 and 4. 2 and 3. I'd have to put them on rows 3 and 4. So that way they're in the same picture together. Because Disney likes to sell those pictures. So that was one oddly specific rule that I thought of. I was like, yeah, we group for photos. I'm like, it's just so weird. grouping.
Yeah,
for
like
photos.
some of the things like with Disney, like I feel like they make sense, but like it's still kind of like a silly thing to have to follow if you like take a step back and think about it.
Yes. And that concludes all of our listener questions. We appreciate everyone who submitted them. And we appreciate everyone who contributed to our 1-year podcast anniversary. We love you guys. We thank you guys for being a part of this and just following along on our journey. And we thank you, our listeners, for being here week over week and listening and being part of these episodes and being part of who we are. It's been amazing to do this for a year, and we're really excited for the next years to come. And of course, if you follow us on YouTube, you've been following for a while. We're coming up on 10 years on YouTube. So we're going to do something special for our 10-year anniversary on YouTube. It'll be later this year. But again, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. Thanks for being here today. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review. Getting back into that 5-star review on Apple Podcast. Or, of course, you can join us and support us on our Patreon by becoming a paid member. And there's tons of perks over there, so go check that out. But we got to get out of here and do our bonus show. Plus, it's 11:33 at night, so we got to skedaddle. Thank you all again. We hope you have an amazing week, and we'll see you next time.